Crushing day 2, baby, crushing it.
This is not a light strike. This is a primer failure.
That fucking sucks.
Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Ryan with Empirical Concepts, and today we're going to be talking about the 2024 Area 5 Championship. Now, normally I break this down, go into some commentary about the match and my thoughts and feelings, but if you're not here for that and you just want to check out some stage footage, go to the description box and you'll find timestamps for all of the stages at the match. The only thing I ask, you drop a like, you hit subscribe, you put a comment in the box, and it really helps the algorithm help the page out. I really appreciate it. Now for all you diehards out there that want to hear about the match. So this match, we're coming off Area 8 where we had a top 10 finish at 85%. Nationals, we dropped off a little bit, but we learned some lessons and our training has definitely taken a tick up since then. We were 130th at Nationals. And at this one, despite zeroing a stage for some complete devastation, which we'll get into later, ended up 12th place at 85%. It would have been a 7th place finish had the thing not happened with this guy, but we'll talk about it. Overall, great time, had fun at the match. I do want to give a shout out and say thanks to, I'm gonna call them Lieutenant Dan and Bubba. These two guys on the squad, they helped us out taking videos, fun cutting up with them all day. You guys know who you are. You didn't want your names out there on camera. That's all good. You know who you are. I appreciate you helping us out with the video all day. Now, the match itself, I think the match was great. I really enjoyed the stages. I know a few people had some concerns. I know that the handgun Nats last year wasn't a huge success, and the same stage designer was designing some of these stages, but for the most part, other than 2 stages, I would say this was an absolutely fantastic match. The stages were awesome. You had some close stuff, some far stuff, big movement, short movement. You had a lot of really good challenges. There were 2 stages that I didn't really enjoy, and I don't think a lot of people did. Stage 4, they did strong hand, weak hand. Not only did they did it, they put it on a hard lane. There was 2 strings. They put targets out at 25 for single hand shooting. And then for some reason, they put a black hardcover stripe down the center of one of those far targets to take away basically all of the A zone for you. You don't need that level of difficulty at a major match. And then stage 8, we're gonna get to that, but they did something in that one I wasn't a huge fan of. Now, for this match, I wanted to focus on consistency. I know that I'm capable of shooting between 80 and 95%, 98%, somewhere up in there. I can't execute at that level on stages, but it's just stretching that across all the stages at a majors. And on day 1, we didn't quite do that. On 5 of the 7 stages on day 1, we did. We were between 80 and 99% on the stages, right where we need to be for that nice top 5, top 10 finish. Unfortunately, the single hand only stage, like I said, I didn't enjoy it, especially I've got some shoulder damage in my left shoulder, got some stuff going on with nerves there. I can't really hold up single hand and support it very well. You'll even see on the video where like my hand was shaking without the support there trying to hold it up. Took a few mics on that stage and dumped it at like 50%. And then followed that up with a fun stage. It was you got to start on a motorcycle. You're sitting on a motorcycle to start the stage, but it was an unloaded start. I bobbled it, cost myself several seconds on that one. But other than those 2 stages, we executed where we needed to execute. Now to end day 1, it was the visual start stage, and this was interesting, and a lot of people had a lot of different ways to shoot this stage, but I know myself as a shooter. I'm not an explosive mover. That's just not who I am. I blend positions well, I shoot accurately, and this was a stage that required you to move explosively. So I decided to take a different strategy, take the guaranteed points. So instead of trying to run to all 3 positions, I stayed at the beginning position, took 2 alpha on each of those first 3 targets, and then tried to sneak in a couple of deltas on one that you could barely see, and I ended up getting 1, and then ran to the right port, and I was planning on picking up all those alphas. They turned a little early, and I dropped a Charlie. Regardless, I picked up 59 points on the stage. I knew it was going to be very difficult for very many people to get more than that, and a lot of people were going to try to push for it. So I played the conservative strategy to not drop too many points, and it worked out. I ended up 9th on the stage, only 11 points behind Brantley Merriam, who ended up winning the stage. Now, we came in day 2, shooting in the morning, and honestly, absolutely crushed the first 6 stages. The first 6 stages of day 2 were all between 86 and 93%. That's the kind of dead nuts consistency you need to finish well. And then the disaster happened. So stage 8, it was another one of the stages I didn't care for. It was a low point stage, lowest point stage of the match at 60 points. And they had a drop turner on it, but the stage designer put a like 1 foot shooting area 25 yards uprange that you could run to and engage the drop turner once it had dropped. So they were penalty mics. Now, this error happened at the absolute worst time, worst round fired in the match. And it's when I hit the activator, moved through the drop turner, I'm holding on it, dot centered up, ready to crush some alphas. When I pull the trigger, the gun goes click. This is not a light strike. This is a primer failure. That is a very hard strike. It hit it and did not ignite it. And that, honestly, it rattled me in the middle of that stage. I got it out, the target was gone, ended up taking a mic on the back, like 35-yard IPSC target. It jumbled my brain. It never crossed my mind to run to that front box and try to engage it. And unfortunately, completely zeroed that stage. Now, with this ammo, like I said, I've got tens of thousands of rounds. These are CCI primers. NC Shooter Supply, I've been using them for years. They use quality components. I mean, you've got blue bullets, you got Vitavery M320 powder, CCI primers. It's quality ammo. It was just a fluke thing. I even called Jeff. It's like, hey, have you heard of this? And he's like, honestly, in like 5 years, like I've never had a CCI primer fail to ignite when it was struck that hard. So, like I said, just wasn't meant to be. Zeroed that stage out. But things happen, right? We move on. This week, we're heading to Area 6. We're gonna go in hopes of maintaining that consistency, still pushing some of the new skill sets we're picking up in our training. After that, we've got a week break. Then we're gonna be in North Carolina at the Carolina Classic, hosted at Sir Walter Gun Club, which is always one of the best matches of the year. Other than that, I do have some classes that are going to drop in the next couple of weeks. Check out the website, ectraining.net, for those announcements, or on Instagram, Facebook at Empirical Concepts. We've also got some new hats. If you want to rock some ECT gears, a Richardson hat. These things are awesome. I don't have very many of them. Sold quite a few when they first launched. If you want one of those, they're up on the website as well. That's all I've got for this week. And until next time, we'll see you on the range.
Are you ready? Stand by. Are you ready? Stand by. Are you ready? Stand by! It's clear, hammer down. Yeah, alpha, and if I hadn't watched it, he'd be telling it was a double. 2 alpha.
Yeah, baby, look at that.
It's
Look at that. You see that? That's 2 of them. Same hole. I was on a motorcycle, Ma.
you, Charlie.
That hurts my feelings. Got it.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Oh, Alpha Delta.
Alpha Delta.
Saved by the Delta.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Crushing day 2, baby, crushing it.
Are you ready? Stand by.
If you're finishing most of the clearance, we're having a holster.
Reaction? That fucking sucks.